Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live streaming event from Table Rock Sports Productions in partnership with our local school districts and business sponsors who make these live presentations possible. I'm Jim McCoy along with Mark McLemore. We got Johnny McCoy on the camera from the Cascade Christian Pavilion at Cascade Christian High School in Medford, Oregon. It is the second day of the 33rd annual Cascade Christian Christmas Classic. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the Lithia Superstore pregame show presented by Siskiyou Cellular in Southern Oregon and featuring the Trinity Lutheran Saints versus the Cascade Christian Challengers. We're pleased that you're joining us for this event on TableRockSports.net and welcome our home and visiting fans to the broadcast. Joe Brett is our executive producer. Our sponsors keep these events free for fans to enjoy. Please let them know you appreciate their support. Please help keep Table Rock Sports going strong by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and thank you to the 3,300 fans who already have. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, we'll get you ready. We'll recap what's been going on in the tournament so far and preview tonight's matchup, and that'll be on the other side of this break.
The wrap-up-the-year sales event at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new Jeep Gladiator and Grand Cherokee 4x4 models in stock now. Or test drive a new 24 Ram 1500 4x4. Jump online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
One of the things I like most about working at the Ashland Food Co-op is that it's a partner with RVTD's Employer Pass program. It makes it super easy for me to get to work and save a ton of money. I play a lot of musical instruments. I bought my own tuba when I started working at the co-op. Sometimes I'll bring it into work to play for like my coworkers and the customers. When I bring my tuba onto the bus with me, it definitely gets a lot of heads turned and people will ask me, "What's that thing? Why is it so big?" RVTD is moving our community forward.
What's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE? Clue get 4 of these for free with 4 lines for $90 a month at US Cellular.
Dad, 4 free phones.
Have you tried the 4 free phone flakes?
4 free phones?
Thanks.
Oh.
They're right behind me, aren't they?
Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. US Cellular.
Visit US Cellular at Siskiyou, Southern Oregon's exclusive authorized agent for US Cellular, now serving Roseburg and Klamath Falls. See SOUScellular.com for details.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
This portion of pregame show is brought to you by Abby's Pizza. With locations to serve you throughout Southern Oregon, make Abby's Pizza your postgame stop. With a menu that covers all your family favorites, Abby's is an Oregon post-game tradition since the 1960s. See you after the game at Abby's. Well, as we mentioned, Mark, we're in the second day of the Christmas Classic. For those that have championship aspirations for this tournament, they're in the semifinal round right now. And day 2, we continue to see good basketball. The winner of this game will play for the tournament championship tomorrow against the 5A Ashland Grizzlies, who came away victorious against the Dayton Pirates team that is historically one of the big powerhouses in the Oregon 3A. And that's just the tip of the iceberg in terms of the quality teams that are in this tournament. When you talk about the likes of Cresswell, Phoenix, of course, we see some league opponents like North Valley involved in this tournament, and it really gives you a good full view of some of the talent that is in Oregon high school basketball.
Yeah, it really does, and it's been a great tournament for that, and a lot of close games. I mean, a lot of these games have come right down to the wire, and they've been good contests against teams that are very similarly matched, and you always like to see that in a big tournament like this where there's not a lot of pushovers. There's a lot of great teams playing great basketball.
Well, and it's certainly, if you look at it from the perspective of a Cascade Christian fan, last night they were winners against Cresswell, one of the top teams in the Oregon 3A. That'll be good for their RPI. We already saw that they took a nice jump there. And win or lose against Trinity Lutheran, this is in the power rankings, the number 9 team out of the Oregon 2A. Then you look at wherever these two teams end up tomorrow, they'll end up against strong teams that will only help. And knowing and being familiar with the Challengers situation in terms of the league that they play out of, opportunities in non-league play like this are huge for them.
Yeah, they really are, because you start league against teams that are, generally speaking, lower in the rankings. And that drags your ranking points down as the season goes along. Unfortunately for the Challengers, their league this year not very strong in basketball.
Right. Well, and looking at things, and then, of course, reminding everybody that coming up later, for those of you that are in the Medford area, and will be around 7:30 is the scheduled time of the girls matchup against the Phoenix Pirates. So they're taking on a local opponent that is a level higher than the Challengers, and I think that one has the makings of a good close ball game for the two of them, and certainly a winnable game for either team.
Yeah, absolutely. Good matchup in that one as well, and the winner of that one will play Cascade from up in the Salem area, who beat North Valley just a few minutes ago to take on to get into the winners the championship game of the girls bracket. It's been a great day of basketball again. Coaching a couple of games myself, and then getting ready with you, Jim, to do this one on Table Rock Sports. And this tournament, all the volunteers that we have that help out, has just been fabulous to see everyone come together and be able to put this tournament on every year. Is fantastic for the program.
Well, what I really enjoy is that there are people who no longer have kids attending school here at Cascade Christian who are here at the tournament. When I think about Dan and Gina Reese helping out this morning, well, their son Cody is an assistant coach now, but they've their kids, they don't have to do this, but they choose to. And Russell Brown kind of working over on the music. He's got some years before his grandkids will be coming up into the ranks. And then that just kind of goes all the way around the horn. See a lot of alumni in the house. As a matter of fact, I had a Marty and Peyton Maurer sighting in the hospitality area just a few moments ago. And it's just all over the place. We had David Henry from Westside Christian here yesterday. And really well-attended tournament. And I love how in this tournament there's a really nice mix of some of those top teams that really test you, but also you have some local teams as well that really help draw the people out and bring everybody together.
Yeah, and it's fun to see how Coach sets up the brackets, because he tries not to get teams in the same league on the same side of the bracket. So the only way you could play a team in your league is if you end up winning your side of the bracket. So he always works with the teams to get the right mix of teams that are competitive and that are, in different classifications, as you see from Ashland at the 5A level down to this Trinity Lutheran team. That's a 2A team. So all different types of good quality basketball teams in this tournament every year.
Well, it's interesting. Trinity Lutheran, I'd never even heard of them prior to this tournament, but it's a private school in the Bend area. I was talking with the girls coach, Coach Irish, this morning, and it was really interesting to kind of learn more about that program. And he's got a competitive girls program, and obviously this squad of the Saints, they've got plenty of size on it, and it's going to be an interesting thing to watch. What we'll go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout, and then when we return, we'll get you ready for the start of the game. We're opening moments away from the opening tip, and we're bringing it your way on TableRockSports.net.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Pick it up. Let's go. Come on. Defense. Defense. What am I teaching you at home? Has this kid played before? Shoot it. Oh. Ah. Come on, ref. Open your eyes.
All right, we're going to get you back to live action. We're getting ready for the tip-off here. The Challengers in their home dark uniforms. Moving from right to left, the Saints in white with red numerals. Number 14 is Andrew Imhoff. Chase Nichols wears number 10. We also have Bubba's Gilbert, number 25 in the starting lineup, along with number 11, Chimmy Gilbert. And number 21 is Jackson Carroll. The Challengers come out with Briley Richardson, Derek Farmer, Jaron Frankowiak, Brady Klecker, and Derek Farmer and Cade Golday going to the hoop and banking it off the glass for two.
Is Imhoff.
Andrew Imhoff, and he was a big weapon in the Trinity Lutheran victory yesterday.
Well, and he's a big kid, 6'5", and looks like he's going to be the one the Challengers are going to be having to work on all day.
Frankowiak next to the Saints bench gives for Klecker. He stumbles, but Richardson there. Go to the left side to Farmer. Farmer starts to penetrate. Richardson has an open look from three, and he knocks it down. Encouraging to see Briley get off to the good start there as he puts his team up by one. He's got the range. He just hasn't really, I don't think, quite got sighted in yet.
Nice patience that time by the Challengers, though, to get that wide open look for three.
Bubba's Gilbert, and he knocks one down from three-point range. Saints with the 2-point lead, just over a minute into the ball game. Frankowiak left to Klecker. Klecker starts a drive, little scoop shot. Can't get it to go. Good defense by the Saints. Out of backcourt, Chimmy Gilbert. Gives for Chase Nichols. And the ball taken away by the Challengers. Frankowiak to Farmer. Challengers trying to get out and run. Golday shoots. His shot short. Ball tipped around. And there to run it down is Richardson. Richardson kicks it out for Farmer. Farmer. Klecker. His shot rims out. There with the rebound is Andrew Imhoff. He'll go quickly up the floor. Nichols eyes the three, lines it up, off target. There is Farmer, goes behind the back on the break. Nichols runs him down. Saints have been good on the transition defense, but it looked like Challenger stepped out of bounds, and it will be Saints ball.
Kind of a chaotic start to this one so far. Both teams trying to push the ball. Both teams having some issues with turnovers.
Nichols, long shot, overshoots it. Weak side rebound to Klecker. Outlets for Richardson. Richardson moving to his left. Pulls up inside the free throw line. And shooting the basketball with Frankowiak. He can't get it to go. Quickly up the floor. Here come the Saints. And knocking it down, Bubba's Gilbert. Saints up by 4. Farmer goes hard to the hole. Maybe a little too hard there with the defensive pressure of Imhoff. Imhoff will line up the shot. It's a little bit long there, but the offensive rebound is Carroll. It comes back out. Frankowiak climbs the golden ladder for the rebound. He's going to slow things up. Saints up by 4. Frankowiak, pull-up jumper, 2. And 2 points is the margin right now. Looks like we've got Hudson Gottsman getting ready to check into the ball game, as well as Carson Willard.
Yeah, it's been a swift pace so far of the game.
Nichols, and now with the basketball is Jimmy Gilbert. Long distance shot, no good. Bubba's Gilbert, but it's blocked by Klecker. Brady Klecker showing us some defense here in this tournament. Richardson up the floor to Frankowiak. Challengers with an opportunity to tie. Farmer. Klecker, he buries the triple. Challengers take the 1-point lead.
Yeah, that's one thing the Challengers have been doing so far is living and dying a little bit by that three-point shot, but they get another one to go right there.
Meanwhile, on the drive, Gilbert, Nichols. Nichols drives to the hole. His shot just a little bit short. Ball tipped around like a volleyball match. Running it down is Bubba's Gilbert.
But it's out of bounds.
He went out of bounds. It'll be Challenger basketball. 3:38 in what has been a fast-paced first quarter of play.
And very chaotic by both teams.
Challengers up by 1. Frankowiak, the Challengers' leading scorer out of backcourt. And a steal by Gilbert. Chimmy drives the floor, but getting a hand on it is Frankowiak. And we'll have a whistle down in that low post area. Carson Willard, number 11 in the ball game for the Challengers. Senior wing, he's in there, along with Hudson Gottsman. And what if I told you that Gottsman was the third leading scorer on the team?
That doesn't surprise me.
First free throw attempt, Gilbert misses.
Hudson can definitely score the basketball. He's got his improvement areas are in other places.
Tie game as Jimmy Gilbert goes 1 for 2. Frankowiak out of backcourt. Jaron spins. Gottsman. Klecker. Give it up for Farmer. Farmer, air ball. Trying to save it. Gottsman instead saves it in. But there's a steal by Frankowiak. Gottsman, he too hard to the basket.
Smokes the layup.
2:54 left to go in the first in a tie ball game. Carroll kicks it out for Jimmy Gilbert. Imhoff. They'll swing it around the horn. Jimmy Gilbert up top. And Nichols will start a drive. Gets along the baseline and a steal by Frankowiak. Out of backcourt comes Klecker. Klecker driving hard to the hole. And no foul called. I can't believe it. Quickly up the floor, going the other way. Offensive foul against the Saints. And the Challengers take great pride in this regard.
It's on Bubba's Gilbert, I think.
Yes, you're correct, and that'll be his first foul of the ball game. First team foul. Frankowiak going to come out. Riley Richardson returns. So you've got in the lineup Gottsman, Richardson, Willard, Klecker, and Farmer. Briley wheels and deals, and Gottsman didn't quite catch up to it in time. That'll go out of bounds, and now Cade Golday gets ready to return. Willard will take a seat on the Challenger bench, and we see this a lot early in the season for the Challengers, don't we? That
they rotate guys a lot, especially in the first few quarters.
Imhoff will kick it out for Big Jackson Carroll. So there's some definite height in this lineup. Carroll at 6'5", Imhoff around 6'4", 6'5". There, Gilbert, shot rejected. Challengers working their way out of backcourt. Klecker, Richardson, Hudson Gilbert, his shot rims off. Running it down from the weak side is Nichols. 1:34 left to go in the first. Been a frenetic quarter. Imhoff drives hard to the hole. His shot in and out. Challengers have been good on defense.
Yes, they have.
Derek Farmer going to make a move with the basketball, and we'll have a block called against Imhoff, much to his chagrin.
Not sure I agree with it. I kind of agree with Imhoff on that. Looked like he was moving his feet.
So that'll be the first foul of the ball game for Imhoff. 2 team fouls for the Saints, 1 for the Challengers, 1:17 to go in the first. Jaron Frankowiak fakes the 3. Now he's going to pull up and shoot. His shot just a little bit short. Ball tipped around, and Goldade was hustling for the basketball. And we'll have a foul called against Cascade Christian. That'll go against Goldade. It'll be his first personal. Each team with 2 team fouls apiece. 1:06 to go here in the first quarter of play. Jimmy Gilbert to Bubba's Gilbert. Jimmy, and there to swat it, getting a hand on it is Farmer, and it'll end up going out of bounds. So far this game having the look of a grind-em-out affair.
It sure is.
Bubba's Gilbert tries to work it inside. Imhoff guarded by Goldade. Basket's good. He'll go to the line.
Can't let him catch there. That's too deep. He gets the ball down that deep on the block. It's going to be a long night for the Challengers. He's got to get him off that block area and front him when he is on that block. Not let him get that ball down there.
Andrew Imhoff, 4 points in the ball game. Going to try to convert the three-point play. And off the front of the rim, it kicks back down, and there's Farmer with it. Farmer over in the corner. Richardson. It's good. Challengers now up by 1. 27 seconds left to go in the first. Nichols with the basketball. And a steal by the Challengers, but Nichols gets it right back. Jimmy Gilbert to Bubba's Gilbert. Nichols, under 10 seconds to go. Nichols, the runner, splash. And the buzzer heave by the Challengers, unsuccessful. We're at the end of 1. It is Trinity Lutheran 12, Cascade Christian 11. We'll be back after these messages.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Hi guys, my name is Mason Mahaffey. I'm the Solar Pros Manager of Oregon, and I'm also a teacher and a coach here in the Rogue Valley. Have you looked into solar panels and it didn't make financial sense? I brought Solar Pros here to Oregon to make it more affordable for working class families to put solar on their home. Solar Pros is purposely beating our competitors' prices by thousands of dollars because we are that serious about saving you money. Solar Pros PNW provides the most comfortable, educational, and personal solar experience in Oregon. Visit our Facebook page at Solar Pros PNW to see all of our projects and all the families that
Start of the second quarter. A close, hard-fought ball game so far. Briley Richardson leading the Challengers with 6 points on a couple of threes. Meanwhile, it is Bubba's Gilbert with 5 to lead the Saints.
Challengers 4 for 12 in the first quarter. Saints 5 for 15 in the first quarter. Neither team shooting that well early.
Much of it, I would say, has been the defense for both teams. Farmer with it. He'll drive to the hole underneath the hoop. Goldade is there. That's two possessions now where the Challengers had gimmies and missed out on them. Meanwhile, Imhoff drives to the hole. His shot no good. Carroll with it, loses the handle on it, but they say it was last touched by the Challengers, and it will be Saints ball. Chase Nichols, 6'2 junior, getting ready to inbound underneath the Trinity Lutheran basket. Inbound, Imhoff over in the corner on the far side. Looking up top. Jimmy Gilbert going to try to go to work against Richardson, but he traveled with the ball.
Fourth turnover now for the Saints, just 2 for the Challengers so far. Both teams doing a decent job of taking care of the basketball at this frenetic pace at which we're playing so far.
Richardson in the game, along with Frankowiak, Farmer, Kuoldade, and Klecker. Inside they go. Richardson, fall away jumper, no good. Shot a little bit short. Coming out of backcourt, Imhoff. Imhoff quickly up the floor to Nichols. Can't make it, but there's Imhoff with the cleanup. Saints by 3. Frankowiak, he'll pull up and shoot. Shot rims off. He's off to a bit of a cold start. Imhoff with the rebound, comes out of backcourt, working between the circles against Farmer. He's going to drive hard to the hole and misses the shot, and we have an offensive foul called against Trinity Lutheran. Well, you talked about it, Mark, a little bit, that as good as Trinity Lutheran is, the Challengers' strength may lie in the fact that they're a team unlike any other that the Saints have seen so far.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's Imhoff's second foul, so he's got to go to the bench here with 6:32 to go in the second quarter. So this will be a good opportunity for the Challengers to make a run back here against the Saints.
Willard returns for the Challengers as Farmer takes a breather. Frankowiak moving, pulls up, shoots, shot short once again. And he's been short on his shots this evening, just kind of suggesting to me not quite enough leg in it.
Yep, I agree with you. Looks a little tired. When you're tired, those shots are short unless you get your whole body into it.
And as much as they'd love to get out and run, both teams have been very strong in transition defensively. Gimmies won't be easy to come by in this game. Jimmy Gilbert, his jumper, a little bit short. So again, similar trouble for the Saints. Ball out of bounds. It'll be Challenger basketball. Discussion between the officials.
I think there's something to do with the shot clock.
Well, we're year 2 of the shot clock, and I think it takes a little bit of getting used to. Of course, you and I talked about, you were talking earlier, as watching the girls' game, that really this shot clock has been a good thing for high school basketball.
Yeah, it has been. And Oregon, one of the last states to adopt it.
So they're trying to get all that squared away right now.
And there they go, shot clock to 28 seconds.
Frankowiak takes the inbound, working against Bubba Gilbert. He'll go ahead and pull up, shoot, gets this one off the glass. Challengers within 1. For Frankowiak, he's got 4 in the game. Little floater, won't go, fighting in traffic. Willard comes up with the rebound. You've talked about he could be one of those guys that could be really effective on the boards. Meanwhile, going to the hole, Klecker can't get it to fall. Willard again on the boards on the offensive side this time.
I don't know how Klecker missed that. The Challengers have just missed about 5 layups here in this first quarter.
Well, you get the feeling that
I
maybe there's a little bit of an intimidation factor with the height of this team. I mean, it's all over the place.
Well,
it's not just one guy.
Yeah, but they should be. I mean, they've played taller teams already.
Agreed.
Yeah, they should be past that, but they seem to be have a little adrenaline rush going on at the moment.
Meanwhile, feed inside. Gottsman with the reverse. Challengers retake the lead. For Huddy, that's his first bucket of the ball game. Bubba's Gilbert. They'll try to work it over. Richardson got a hand on it. Nichols will shoot. His shot rims off. Willard there. He's got quite a collection of rebounds so far in the game. Klecker! He knocks down the three. Challengers have a lead of 4. To my recollection, their biggest lead of the game.
Yeah, pretty sure that's right.
4.5 left to go in the second quarter. Farmer getting ready to check back in. Jimmy Gilbert pulls up from 17. His shot rolls out. Klecker tries to save it, and he does to Willard. Good heads-up play by the Challengers. Frankowiak calling out a play. Willard offering the screen. Inside to Willard, and he tries to make a move, gets knocked to the floor. I think they're kind of letting them play tonight.
Yeah, I think.
Farmer and Imhoff both return to the game. Imhoff with a pair of fouls. Frankowiak going to go ahead and come out for a breather. And this looks like there's a little bit of confusion underneath the basket.
Yeah, they better get that one figured out.
Gottsman inbounds. Willard. Klecker. It's long, but Richardson there on the offensive glass. And we have a player on the floor, Bubba's Gilbert, for the Saints. Bubba's Gilbert coming out, coming back in, Jackson Carroll. Tell you, how would you like to have an offensive line with Jackson Carroll and maybe Clyde Rosenberg from Dayton?
No kidding.
And then what about the kid from Phoenix, Lucas Whittle?
Yeah.
Good grief, that'd be the land of the Giants.
Yes, it would.
So Gottsman getting ready to inbound, and what spot on the floor? So whatever we may have had in the way of flow is now gone.
Yeah, for the moment anyway.
Challengers now up by 4, taking a little run here. Gottsman. Richardson is shot in and out. There with the rebound. Strong side by Imhoff, quickly up the floor. They'll try to work it down for Nichols. Nichols drives to the hole. His shot short. Imhoff with the putback attempt. He can't get it to go. And coming out of the crowd is Nichols. Nichols shoots, and the ball goes out of bounds of the Cascade Christian ball. I tell you, that's one thing in terms of a physical presence tonight. Carson Willard is making his presence felt.
He's definitely putting some effort into the rebounding for the Challengers, and they need that.
Briley Richardson on the drive. And we have a whistle stopping play. Call's going to go against Jimmy Gilbert. Carson Miller going to go to the Challenger bench. Jaron Frankowiak comes back in. Klecker's going to take care of the inbound. Just to our left. Frankowiak starts to make a move. Nichols there with the defense, though. Andy Alvarez getting ready to check in. Farmer almost loses it, but there is Frankowiak. He'll shoot as he goes to the hole.
And that's going to be Imhoff's third foul.
So, a little bit of trouble there for the Saints, and that will send Jaron Frankowiak to the free throw line.
And I'm assuming that the Saints are going to sub Imhoff out here.
Frankowiak.
Short.
Short on the free throw attempt.
Unusual for him.
Yes.
He is battling a little bit, as you can see, with the ankle brace on his right ankle.
Well, that may be playing a little bit of a part in the shortness of the shot.
Yes, he's battling that a little bit, I can tell you.
Second attempt on its way. That one's good. Coming into the game, 92% is Frankowiak on the year, leading the challengers in scoring. Interestingly enough, it's Huddy Gottsman that's the leading three-point shooter, although obviously Frankowiak very good in his own right. Gottsman with the basketball. Up top to Farmer. Farmer against Carroll. Kicks it out. Frankowiak will shoot, and he knocks this one down.
Sometimes you just got to get a free throw to go in. And a timeout by the Saints.
2:46 left to go on the second. We will take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with more here on TableRockSports.net.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Hi guys, my name is Mason Mahaffey. I'm the Solar Pros Manager of Oregon, and I'm also a teacher and a coach here in the Rogue Valley. Have you looked into solar panels and it didn't make financial sense? I brought Solar Pros here to Oregon to make it more affordable for working class families to put solar on their home. Solar Pros is purposely beating our competitors' prices by thousands of dollars because we are that serious about saving you money. Solar Pros PNW provides the most comfortable, educational, and personal solar experience in Oregon. Visit our Facebook page at Solar Pros PNW to see all of our projects and all the families that
Andy Alvarez checking into the ball game, 6'5" freshman. Slowly but surely getting his taste of varsity basketball. Recently, a varsity career high of 13, and a kid who can shoot as well. 2:39, Chimmy Gilbert with the basketball. Has a little bit of trouble there with a second. Bubba's Gilbert there defensively. You got Brady Klecker. Right wing, they'll go ahead and go to Mustin, who's in the ball game. Carroll out of the high post. And Chimmy Gilbert tries to penetrate. A lot of traffic, a lot of black jerseys inside that paint.
And that one's on Farmer. That's his second.
Inbound play. And a drive on the play. Gottsman. And then, actually, that's Quentin Romney. Quentin Romney's number 12.
Gottsman's going to get the foul.
That'll be his first of the game, and that'll be 2 fouls, team fouls in the quarter for the challengers. Saints with 4. Romney up top for Bubba's Gilbert. Tried to work it for Carroll. He loses the handle on it, but it gets it back from Gottsman. Carroll going to kick it out. Chimmy Gilbert. They'll work it inside, and the shot no good. Farmer running out of backcourt. He's going and bull rushing his way to the hoop, and he can't get it to go. And I believe he's scoreless in the game.
He still is so far. And another foul against Klecker this time for the challengers as they're picking up a bunch of them here in a quick manner.
Checking into the ball game, Taylor Snowden. So you have Snowden in there, the senior, along with Alvarez, the freshman, Klecker, Richardson, and Alvarez. Chimmy Gilbert, his shot, no good. Rebound by Andy Alvarez. Out of backcourt, here comes Brady Klecker. Klecker drives to the baseline, kicks it out for Richardson. A lot of contact there. Frankowiak with the basketball. High on the wing, 16 left on the shot clock. Frankowiak drives to the hole. The shot falls, it'll count. He goes to the line. I'm impressed with his basketball IQ.
Yeah.
He's just got a good sense of the moment.
Well, he's really developed as a player this year as far as being more aggressive offensively. You know, he didn't have to be that aggressive offensively in the past, but now with this particular group of guys, he has to be more aggressive offensively, and you're seeing that from him this year.
Willard will come back into the ball game as Alvarez comes out. Frankowiak, opportunity for a three-point play to extend the Challenger lead to 11. Can he do so? And the shot in and out. A little too much English on it. Remains a 10-point ball game. Frankowiak with 10 in the game. Levis Gilbert working against Snowden. On the switch, Willard picks him up. And a near steal by Frankowiak. There with the basketball for Trinity Lutheran is Austin Imhoff.
It went off Imhoff, too. The ball definitely did. The referee didn't see it, but it got slapped down, hit him in the thigh, and went off of him. And yet the Trinity still ends up with the basketball somehow.
Inside a minute to go in the half. Ball loose on the floor, and it'll be Challenger basketball. So I would just have to say, Mark, that really the secret sauce for the Challengers has been, it's just been their defense.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at here with less than a minute to go in the first half, and the Saints only have 14 points.
Klecker with it, drives. High pass out to Richardson. Richardson eyes the three, starts to make a move. Swings it for Snowden. His shot just a little bit short. Rims off and comes out to Nichols. Chase Nichols working against Frankowiak, and he'll get it out for Bubbas. Gilbert drives, and there to steal it. Deflects Richardson. Frankowiak there. Briley Richardson. He'll kick it out for Snowden. Out top for Frankowiak. Richardson shoots his shot a little bit off to the right, but we have a whistle and a foul on the play. 2.8 seconds left to go in the half. Challenger lead is 10, and Briley Richardson to the free throw line.
Fouls on Gilbert, Jimmy Gilbert.
And that'll be his second of the contest. Free throw attempt is good. Challengers raise their lead to 11, and that free throw shooting's been a little bit of an Achilles heel for the Challengers.
7 points now for Richardson.
And he gets the second one to go. His average on the season has been 6. And he connects on all three.
That'll help your free throw percentage.
Yes, it will. Buzzer heave, and that'll end the half. We have 16 minutes of basketball in the book. The Cascade Christian Challengers lead 27-14. And before we go to break, Mark, you pulled out an amazing statistic to me.
Yeah, 2 points for the Saints in the second quarter. Challengers hold the Saints to 2 points. And meanwhile, they pick up 16. So that's what got them the lead is the defense. You mentioned it already, but it's been phenomenal so far in this one.
So if you think that defense doesn't matter, well, there's Exhibit A for why it does. We're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute break, and when we return, we'll be back with the Medford Parks and Recreation halftime report, and they'll be right here on TableRockSports.net.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant, they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family.
Let's go to Hawaii for the holidays.
Here's an easier idea. Enjoy Abby's classic Big Hawaiian Pizza this December. This delicious tropical and giant pizza is at a special holiday price. And when you gift an Abby's gift card, we'll give you a present too.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
Back here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion, the Challengers, who come in at 3-2, have a 13-point lead against the Saints, who come in at 4-2. In the OSAA Power Rankings, the Challengers number 7 in the 3A. The Trinity Lutheran Saints number 9 in the 2A. And it has been quite a half of basketball, but it has been, I think as the statistics will bear out, it has been a very physical, grind-em-out defensive type of affair for both teams. So it went back and forth, and actually Trinity Lutheran led throughout much of the first. But in the second quarter, the Challengers just locked it down and outscored the Saints 16-2. And Mark, looks like you've got the stats ready.
Yeah, I do, and it's a pretty amazing tale, really, for the Challengers. They struggled shooting the basketball, just 9 for 25 in the first half. That's only 36%. But they held Trinity Lutheran to 6 for 27, just 22%. So, again, they didn't shoot great, but their defense showed up and really did a nice job of holding Trinity Lutheran to just 22% in that first half. For turnovers, the Challengers with just 2 turnovers in that first half. Trinity Lutheran with 7, so the advantage Challengers there as well. Free throws, the Challengers 4 for 6 for 67%. Trinity Lutheran 1 for 3 for 33%. But the big story is really that shooting percentage, as the Challengers just locking down the Saints as they shoot 6 for 27. Scoring, first of all, for Trinity Lutheran, Chase Nichols has 2. Jimmy Gilbert has 1. Andrew Imhoff, who's been in foul trouble most of the game so far, he has 6 points. And Bubba Gilbert with 5 for Trinity. For the Challengers, Briley Richardson has 9 points, 3 for 3, including 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Jaron Frankowiak has 10 points. Brady Klecker with 6. Hudson Gottsman with 2. And both teams with only 4 guys each in the scoring column so far in this one. So that's kind of where the first half stats landed. Again, a nice effort by the Challenger defense.
Well, one of the things that also has to be encouraging for the Challengers has been their ball management. There's only 2 turnovers in the half.
Yep.
And of course, you know, when you play a team like this where you know that they have some physical advantage of it, it means you have to really raise your game in some other areas, and they've helped themselves well by doing that. Also want to remind you that coming up after this game, the Challenger girls will be in action. They'll be taking on the Phoenix Pirates in the semifinal round as they try to advance to the Christmas Classic Championship tomorrow. We're going to take a 2-minute break right now. The halftime report brought to you by the Medford Parks and Recreation Department. Visit playmedford.com for the latest recreation guide. All the sports leagues, classes, and special events await you. Visit playmedford.com to learn more. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, and when we return, we'll get ready for the start of the second half. It's the Challengers 27, the Saints 14. We'll be back after this timeout.
Rod here from Medford Mattress. We're all about helping you save money on a super comfortable, healthy night's sleep. We have low prices, special no-interest financing, and free local delivery. That's right, free local delivery on brands like Simmons, Beautyrest Black, Serta Perfect Sleeper, Beauty Sleep, and more. So if you want to save on a comfortable, healthy night's sleep, Come to Medford Mattress, downtown Medford, and see what you've been missing.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to the Cascade Christian Pavilion. We're just 2 minutes away from the start of the second half. Halftime report has been brought to you by the Medford Parks and Recreation Department. Really? Challengers looking to try to run their record to 4-2 and advance to a possibility of playing for a tournament title against the Ashland Grizzlies, who really, I tell you what, that team was impressive against a Dayton team that is no easy out.
Well, Ashland has a very athletic lineup and very tall and skilled group of players, and they should do really well, I think, this year in their classification.
So it'll be a lot of fun to see how that one goes. Of course, the one that comes up on the short end of this one will play for the consolation title or third place in the tournament. They'll end up taking on the Dayton Pirates, which, again, will be a formidable opponent for either one of these teams.
Yeah, all four of these teams that are, counting Dayton and Ashland and these two teams, all four of them very good basketball teams and are going to have great seasons, I can tell you that.
Well, you add to that, in this tournament, we also have Cresswell, who's not chopped liver, a good 3A team. And then the Phoenix Pirate boys have been strong. They just haven't had the breaks go their way. But they got some guys who can really play, like Tobias Akpen, to name one.
Well, and Hidden Valley's not a bad team either, that's for sure, on the boys' side. So very competitive tournament all the way around.
So we're about ready to start the third quarter here. The challengers take the floor with Richardson, Klecker, Goldade, Farmer, and Frankowiak. It'll be Jackson Carroll along with Bubba's Gilbert, Andrew Imhoff, Chimmy Gilbert, and Chase Nichols. Carroll will take care of the inbound. It will be St. Basketball. They'll be moving from right to left from our vantage point. Nichols.
They ran our play. Unsuccessfully, I might add.
Carroll with it. Gives for Chimmy Gilbert. Working against Richardson. Goes down low. Hits the bottom of the backboard, but it sounds like there's some other contact going on underneath as well. Foul called against Cascade Christian.
That one's going to go on Brady Klecker. I believe that's his second.
Second of the game, and that'll send Chimmy Gilbert to the free throw line. First attempt, a little bit long. So you have Chimmy Gilbert. And Bubba's, he goes 1 for 2 there, making it a 12-point game. Richardson out of backcourt. Tries to work it for Goldade, but overthrows him. Going the other way.
Chimmy Gilbert with a bucket.
It's a 10-point game, so you have Bubba's Gilbert, a senior, and Chimmy Gilbert, a sophomore. Meanwhile, Frankowiak is shot off to the left Offensive rebound by Golday. Kicks it out for Richardson. His shot out and out, no good. Carroll there, and as Richardson tried to make a play for it, he ends up committing the foul.
Yeah, don't do that, Brady or Briley. We don't need any extra fouls.
No. That'll be his first of the ball game. Challengers with 2 quick team fouls. Just a minute here into the third quarter. Jimmy Gilbert, little trouble with the basketball. He's going to pull up, shoot. It's short. Rebound comes out to Frankowiak. Jaron on the move. Golday will shoot from 3. His shot won't go. Long rebound comes out to Bubba Gilbert to Chimmy. Chimmy makes his move. Spins off the window for 2.
And here comes Trinity Lutheran, and the Challengers' lead is evaporating here, down to 8 points.
8-point game. Down to Farmer in the low post. He makes the move to the hoop, and he can't get the shot to go. He's still scoreless in the game. Quickly up the floor they go. Jimmy Gilbert moving inside, stripped away by Richardson. Briley up the floor to Frankowiak. He'll make his move, pulls up, and a lot of hands there underneath. And there, though, Brady Klecker on the takeaway. Imhoff couldn't quite get to it. Brady Klecker drives hard, and as he makes his move to the hoop, we have a whistle and a foul against
Brady Klecker, I believe.
Okay.
It's going to be his third.
That'll be 3 in the game for him. .544 to go in the third, and the Challengers yet to score in this quarter. Of course, they knew coming into this game it wasn't going to be easy.
Well, this team is very physical. You can tell that from just watching them play, and you got to increase your level of physicality. And right now in the third quarter, the Challengers aren't ready to play at that level, and we've seen this lead evaporate quickly because of that.
Jimmy Gilbert pulls up. His shot short. Climbing the golden ladder for the rebound. Klecker outlets for Farmer. Farmer on the move. Quickly up the floor. Richardson drives to the hoop. Dishes off for Klecker. Nice teamwork there as the Challengers take a 10-point lead.
And that's what the Challengers need to do. Move the basketball, move the people. No standing around. Much better ball movement that time. They get an easy one.
Cascade Christian with their first bucket of the third quarter. Nichols with the basketball, trying to work against Frankowiak. And he'll work it for Carroll. Carroll working against Goldaid. And he tries a helter-skelter move to the hoop, won't go. Good defense there by Cade. Meanwhile, Klecker going to drive hard to the hoop. Good defense there, dishes off for Farmer. Can't get the shot to go, but we have a whistle and a foul. That'll go against the Saints.
Not sure who that one was on.
Looks like that is going to go against Chase Nichols, and that will be his second of the game.
And Farmer with a chance to get some points here at the free throw line.
Farmer averaging 13 points a game, but his first of the night here. Challengers lead by 11, but again, you know he's going to be one of those guys going to fill it up in all kinds of categories, rebounds, assists, steals, you name it. But his scoring will be important to this team. Second free throw attempt, that's good. So Farmer with 2 in the game now. Challengers up by 12. Jimmy Gilbert to Nichols. Nichols making a move. And we'll have a foul called against the Challengers.
It's going to go on Snowden, his first, I think.
Taylor in the ball game. That's his first. Carroll trying to work with the basketball, loses the handle on it. Again, Goldaid there with the defense. Farmer driving to the hoop. His shot rolls around and out. He can't get it to go. 4:13 to go in the third. Jimmy Gilbert works it underneath Imhoff, but he misses the shot. There defensively is Farmer, but he gets the second attempt to go. 31-21. Gottsman in the ball game, starts to make a move. Yeah, they're kind of grabbing him a little bit there. I don't think you can do that.
You can't do that.
So foul called against Jimmy Gilbert. That'll be his third of the ball game. So now you have he and Andrew Imhoff both in foul trouble right now with 3 apiece. Richardson, Gottsman. He'll start a drive, pick up his dribble, and then
turn it over.
Passed out of panic. Nichols. Now over for Jimmy Gilbert, guarded by Gottsman. Imhoff will pull up and shoot. His shot rolls down, and it's an 8-point game. Well, actually,
it's a 3.
It's a 3, so it's a 7-point game. Gilbert, Gottsman, he'll drive.
That's a 4th on Jimmy Gilbert.
And, of course, Gilbert kind of doing his best Danny Ainge imitation, like, who, me? Gottsman, Snowden, and Goldade will come out into the ball game. Andy Alvarez, Carson Willard, and Jaron Frankowiak. Briley knocks it down. He's in double figures with 12. And he puts the Challenger lead back at 10. Willard was very good defensively, really mixing it up here in the first half. They could use some of that effort once again. Bubba's Gilbert, shot off the glass. Willard with the rebound. Outlets for Richardson. Richardson glides to the hoop, trying to... It kind of, was one of those things, almost kind of looked like he couldn't make up his mind whether he wanted to go to the basket with it or pass to Farmer.
I think you're exactly right.
And when you get hung up in the air like that, it's like, well, now what? Challenger ball, Frankowiak, Klecker, Richardson, and ball's lost out of bounds. Challenger turnover. Haven't been many of those tonight.
A lot more in the second half than there was in the first, however. 4 already here in the second half. Only 2 in the first half.
2:38 left to go in the third. 10-point ball game, 34-24. And we'll pause for messages and be back with more here on TableRockSports.net.
Time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant, they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family.
Let's go to Hawaii for the holidays.
Here's an easier idea. Enjoy Abby's classic Big Hawaiian Pizza this December. This delicious tropical and giant pizza is at a special holiday price. And when you gift an Abby's gift card, we'll give you a present too.
When you work...
Back here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion, 2:37 left to go in the third. The Challengers, who had been leading by 13. The Saints have drawn within 8, but it's a 10-point game right now. Into the ball game for the Saints, Lane Slaughter. Nichols for Carroll, working against Alvarez. He'll use his physicality to drive to the hoop, and we'll have a whistle and a foul called against Cascade, and that'll go against Andy Alvarez.
That's a good play that time. Nice seal by Carroll. Good lob pass in to get him a good look. Andy Alvarez stuck on his back. Kind of the only thing you can do at that point is foul him. Make him earn him at the free throw line, which he misses the first. So good use of a foul right there.
Yeah. Goldade checking in. Coming out will be Taylor Snowden. So Goldade's in there along with Alvarez. We joke about that bit of being the Challengers' version of the Twin Towers, which they're kind of short towers as towers go. Alvarez at 6'5", and Goldade at 6'3". Frankowiak now to Klecker. Klecker not bashful about the drive. And he makes the destination and puts the Challengers up by 11. 1:58 left to go in the third. Nichols for Bubba Gilbert. Trying to swing it for Carroll. And you get the feeling they feel like they have a matchup advantage going to Carroll. They're trying to work it to him.
Yeah, I agree.
Carroll not necessarily the guy I would think of as being like the lead
No, I
option.
think they're used to using Imhoff in that situation.
Speaking of, Imhoff shoots, shot a little bit long from distance. Nichols with the long rebound. Bubba Gilbert. Imhoff working against Alvarez. And
they're going to get Cade Goldade for a foul. And the whistles have become increasingly.
Well, this after they let him
play in the first half.
Yeah. So for Cade,
that's his third foul, it looks like, huh?
yes, and that will send Bubba Gilbert to the free throw line. 1:35 left to go in the third. Free throw attempt on the way. It's off to the left, no good. We've mentioned the woes of the Challengers at the free throw line, but it hasn't been a great night for the Saints either.
It has not.
And this is a good shooting team.
Far,
both of them are.
So far, 3 for 8 from the free throw line for Trinity. Make it 3 for 9.
And now fighting for it underneath, Derek Farmer. Good strength working there against Imhoff, but it's taken away. Imhoff working against Farmer, and he gets it to go. Ill-timed turnover for the Challengers makes it a 9-point game. Imhoff with 13 on the night. Frankowiak's going to try from distance. His shot a little bit long, and trying to corral it is Farmer, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Jaron kind of struggling a little bit tonight shooting from the field. He's 4 for 10 so far. Not terrible, but not up to his normal standard.
No, this will be a guy that I would not be shocked to see him be a 50, 40, 90 guy this year. And there, ball's loose. Brady Klecker comes up with it quickly out of backcourt. And again, the Challengers with a lot of turnover trouble here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Brady Klecker with another turnover. And the Challengers, like we mentioned, only 2 in the first half. They've got 8 here in the third, 6 in the third quarter by itself.
Nichols working against Frankowiak, screened by Carroll. Nichols will have to pick up his dribble, but in the process of it, he travels. 34 seconds left to go in the third.
And the shot clock is off, so the Challengers probably going to play this for the last shot, I would think.
Offensive set would have been easy back in the day with Austin Maurer around. This, we'll see what they do here. .16 seconds left. Farmer working against Nichols. Kicks it out. Frankowiak shakes the defender, and he knocks down the three. Frankowiak with 13, and that will end the third quarter of play. It was a kind of a tough one for the Challengers, but somehow they only lose 1 point out of that 13-point lead they once had at halftime. We'll take a timeout, and when we return, we'll be back with more here on TableRockSports.net.
Time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant, they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family.
let's go to Hawaii for the holidays.
Here's an easier idea. Enjoy Abby's classic Big Hawaiian Pizza this December. This delicious tropical and giant pizza is at a special holiday price. And when you gift an Abby's gift card, we'll give you a present too.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
Start of the fourth quarter, Challengers with the ball. Frankowiak inbounds for Richardson. Frankowiak, he'll get the look, and he'll take advantage of the opportunity. He's got 16 on the night. So Frankowiak gutting it out, and now pass down deep, and it's taken away by Farmer. Farmer with the basketball, quickly up the floor, but unfortunately passes it right to Nichols. Nichols with the basketball, gives for Imhoff. His shot no good, gets his own rebound, and he knocks it down.
It's a couple of different times he's gotten his own rebound and made the putback.
He's got 15 in the game to lead the Saints. 42-29. Klecker, Richardson, Farmer in the low post. Goes to work, his shot bounces on the rim and falls. Farmer with 4 in the game. 6:57 left to go. The Challenger advantage is 15. Nichols with the basketball. Over to Bubba Gilbert. He'll make his move, picks up his dribble, left of the paint. Cross-court pass to Jimmy Gilbert, and he buries it.
Cannot leave him alone. You've got to have a hand in his face. Challenger's a hand down.
So now,
buries it.
12-point lead. Farmer working low post against Nichols. Can't get the shot to go. Golday tries to fight for the rebound. And the whistle, and this will go against Cascade Christian.
I think that's on Cade, right? No, it's actually on Derek Farmer, his third. So Farmer and Golday now with 3, as well as Brady Klecker. So 3 different challengers with 3 fouls now.
And so for, we've talked about Frankowiak. He kind of seems to come out of it, but Farmer's had a challenging evening for Cascade. Imhoff getting instructions, and he has done a good job of keeping himself out of further foul trouble. Nichols, team trailing by 12 with 6:14 to go. High post for Imhoff. Imhoff working against Klecker. His shot a little bit long. Ball tipped around, and fighting for it is Brady Klecker. He has impressed me tonight with his effort.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Brady with the basketball, working against Bubba Gilbert. Frankowiak spins, works, goes to the hoop, and can't get the shot to go. Nichols there for the rebound. A little bit of contact, and a foul called against Cascade Christian.
That one's going to go on Frankowiak. That's his first, I think.
So Farmer back in the ball game. Richardson will come out. We've got Gottsman along with Golday, Klecker, Farmer, Frankowiak. And then for the Saints, we have Bubba Gilbert, Andrew Imhoff, along with Jimmy Gilbert, Jackson Carroll, and Chase Nichols. Carroll, top of the key. Nichols starts to move and work. And that'll be
for the shot.
For the basket.
Foul again on Frankowiak. That's his second.
Trying to keep Nichols in check there. Challengers with 3 team fouls in the fourth and 5.5 to go. Nichols High right wing working against Frankowiak. Glides to the hoop, 2. Nichols with 4 in the ball game. Brady Klecker to Frankowiak. Jaron drives to the hoop, pulls up, shoots. The fadeaway is good. 18 of the game for Jaron. And the Challenger lead is back to 12. Nichols picks up his dribble, bounce pass to Imhoff, working against Farmer. Farmer with the steal. Farmer up the floor, Klecker, and he makes his move, and he is fouled, much to the chagrin of Jackson Carroll. Guess who the foul's probably going to be on?
I would imagine it's going to be on Carroll.
And that'll send Brady Klecker to the free throw line.
First one on Carroll.
And for Klecker, he's got 10 on the ball game here.
He's had a nice game. You mentioned him earlier, but he's had a nice game tonight as he misses the free throw, unfortunately.
He's got 10 in the ball game. Carson Willard returns. Frankowiak will take a quick breather.
And so will Cade Goldaid.
Gottsman is in. And what looks like the
lane
attempt is allowed.
Lane on Willard. You can't come into the game and have a lane violation, Carson.
Nope. Got to lock in, as they say, and avoid the mental errors.
Timeout by Trinity.
46-34. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with more here on TableRockSports.net.
It's the wrap-up-the-year sales event at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new Jeep Gladiator and Grand Cherokee 4x4 models in stock now. Or test drive a new 24 Ram 1500 4x4. Jump online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
One of the things I like most about working at the Ashland Food Co-op is that it's a partner with RVTD's Employer Pass program. It makes it super easy for me to get to work and save a ton of money. I play a lot of musical instruments. I bought my own tuba when I started working at the co-op. Sometimes I'll bring it into work to play for like my coworkers and the customers. When I bring my tuba onto the bus with me, it definitely gets a lot of heads turned and people will ask me, what's that thing? Why is it so big? RVTD is moving our community forward.
Back here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion, the winner of tonight's game will advance to the tournament championship game, and I believe that's at 7:30 tomorrow night.
Yes, it is.
Against the Ashland Grizzlies. Challenger's going to try to make it have a local flavor. An inbound play broken up by Klecker. So another big play by Brady this evening. Challengers have the ball in the 12-point lead. Smart basketball time for Cascade, and that's not a smart play, but fortunately, Farmer there, backcourt violation. So the Challengers with an unfortunate turnover there, and with 4-12, down by 12, and I wouldn't write the Saints off just yet.
No, I wouldn't either.
So that same defense that the Challengers have been doing to lock them down, they're going to have to continue in that mode for sure. Jimmy Gilbert trying for a pass inside. It ends up rolling out of bounds. Miscommunication there, it would appear. Now a little bit of pressure. Bubba's Gilbert back there, along with Nichols. Frankowiak works his way out of backcourt. Now for Richardson. Bounce pass, low post to Farmer. Farmer drives, feeds inside for Goldaid. Nice play.
Great pass that time.
For Goldaid, that's his first bucket of the ball game, and it comes at a big time now as the Challengers lead by 14. We have a whistle. Looks like we might have some action away from the ball, and Frankowiak running his fingers through his hair like, what? And that'll be his Well, actually, it'll be a foul against Farmer. That'll be his 4th of the ball game.
Interesting. I did not see what was going on with that.
Me neither. Bubba's with the ball. Andy Alvarez getting ready to check in. Imhoff, corner of the free throw line. Well, he'll make a move to the hoop, and he traveled with the ball. So credit the defense of the Challengers there.
They tried to go at Derek Farmer to get him fouled out of the game, and coach taking him out here with 3 minutes to go in the 4th. I don't think he'll be on the bench long.
No, probably just by a little bit of time, and hopefully if you're a Challenger fan, you get some good possessions and keep your double-digit lead. Brady Klecker, Richardson, Briley to Alvarez. He'll go ahead and shoot the 3. It rims off, no good. 2:51 to go in the ball game. 14-point lead for the Challengers. Moving hard to the hole is Nichols. Gets his own rebound. He'll kick it out. Bubba Gilbert. But it looked like somebody from the Challengers got a hand on it.
Yep, absolutely.
Was that Richardson?
Might have been.
And it's funny with him. You wouldn't think he would be a guy, but he'll come up with plays like that. Meanwhile, Frankowiak, they'll count the bucket. He'll go to the line.
He's carrying the Challengers tonight.
It's been a big night for Jaron Frankowiak, and he's got 20 now. And remember when you and I were talking about that he was kind of slow at the beginning.
Yeah, well, he has definitely carried Cascade Christian tonight. They got 50 points, and he's got 20 of them.
Meanwhile, Andy Alvarez goes to the Challenger bench, and Farmer returns. Free throw attempt by Frankowiak is good. This 17-point ball game with 2:26 left to go. Jimmy Gilbert working against Richardson, gets the screen from Imhoff. He'll shoot. His shot off to the right, no good. Farmer with the hustle. He may not be scoring, but again, he finds so many different ways he can beat you, not just scoring. Meanwhile, though, ball gets away, and now Nichols with it, working against Richardson, misses the layup. There's Farmer with the rebound. Quickly out of backcourt. And he can handle the ball. Swings it for Klecker. Brady and St. Defender gets a hand on it. Checking in for making his first appearance of the night is Gavin Casebeer.
All right, Gavin! Woo!
Frankowiak with the basketball. He'll just go ahead and say, well, I guess I'll just shoot this thing. Rims off, but there is Richardson, and going hard to the hole is Klecker.
And I think that might be Jimmy Gilbert's 5th foul.
And it is, at least according to the scoreboard. Andy now, okay, he's coming out now and checking into the ball game for Trinity Lutheran. Making his first appearance is James Newton. Klecker. First free throw attempt, a little bit long off the back iron.
Brady 0 for 3 tonight from the line. Something he's going to have to be working on.
Got another attempt coming. He's got 10 on the game, and this one rolls around and down. A little bit gentler touch that time. You get those friendly rolls when you do that.
Yes, you do.
1:25 left to go. Nichols shoots. Splat. It goes. Nichols with 6 in the ball game. Meanwhile, Farmer glides and misses the shot. Casebeer has his shot attempt blocked by Imhoff. Quickly up the floor. Nichols can't get it to go, but Imhoff is there. 52-38, inside a minute to go. Challengers getting a little sloppy here. Nichols is going to shoot, and the shot short. Rebound by Klecker. Foul in the backcourt. And the Saints with fouls to give. So Farmer will inbound. 45.9 to go.
Challengers running their press break. Let's see if they can break this trap.
Farmer quickly up the floor. Richardson. And now high pass taken by Brady Clicker. He'll shoot. He'll score. 13 in the game for Klecker. Meanwhile, Newton ended up on his back. Nichols, 31 seconds left. He'll shoot from long range. This shot, nothing but air. There, the rebound taken by Klecker. Outlets for Richardson. And Frankowiak will let the clock run out. And as the clock winds down, we have our result. It is the Cascade Christian Challengers advancing to the Christmas Classic Championship to play the Ashland Grizzlies. Your final score, the Challengers 54 and the Trinity Lutheran Saints 38. We will take a timeout and be back with the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role post-game show. That'll be coming up here on TableRockSports.net.
What's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE? Clue is get 4 of these for free with 4 lines for $90 a month at US Cellular.
Dad, 4 free phones.
Have you tried the 4 free phone flakes?
4 free phones?
Thanks.
Oh.
They're right behind me, aren't they? Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. US Cellular.
Visit US Cellular at Siskiyou, Southern Oregon's exclusive authorized agent for US Cellular, now serving Roseburg and Klamath Falls. See SOUScellular.com for details.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
And back here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion, we welcome you to the Know Your Role postgame show. Visit travelmedford.org/knowyourrole to see how this campaign is changing the culture of youth sports for the better, and to learn about your sport ground where the West Coast comes to play. Taking a look at Challengers, again, advance to play the Ashland Grizzlies tomorrow night at 7:30. Meanwhile, the Trinity Lutheran Saints will take on, in the third place final, will take on the Dayton Pirates. We're just moments away. Invite you to stick around. Actually, what we'll do is we'll switch things over here in a little bit. We're about 13 minutes away from the start of the girls' semifinal between the Cascade Christian Challengers and the Phoenix Pirates. A couple of local teams looking good so far early in the season, and looking forward to bringing that one your way. The Challengers and the Saints, it was a defensive battle tonight. Challengers actually found themselves trailing in much of the first quarter. Big second quarter put them in control. Third quarter got a little bit wobbly, but the Challengers held off the Saints, and then eventually in the third quarter ended up outscoring the Saints 15-11 to come up with the 16-point victory. And Mark, you have the final tallies on the evening.
I do. I mean, it really comes down to what it usually comes down to is shooting percentage. Actually, the Saints did a good job of getting a lot of offensive boards and especially turnovers in that second half. They end up taking 6 more shots to the Challengers, but they only shoot 16 for 50, just 32%. The Challengers, on the other hand, 19 for 44, 43%. So the shooting percentage much in the Challengers' favor. Turnover battle, the Saints end up with 13 turnovers, the Challengers with 12. But what they won't be happy about is they had 10 of those 12 turnovers in the second half, and that's how they let the Saints kind of get back in the ball game in the third quarter. So that was not a good sign for the Challengers in that second half. From the free throw line, the Challengers 8 for 12, 67%. Trinity 3 for 9. They're not going to be happy about that, just 33% for Trinity from the free throw line. Scoring for Trinity first, Chase Nichols had 6. Jimmy Gilbert had 9. Imhoff, the guy that we kind of picked out from the beginning, he ends the game with 17 points, which, you look at their point total, that's almost half of their points. Jackson Carroll had a point. Bubba Gilbert with 5. So that was the scoring for Trinity Lutheran. For the Cascade Christian Challengers, Bradley Richardson with 12 points tonight. Jaron Frankowiak just carried the Challengers tonight, 21 points. Brady Klecker had 13. Derek Farmer with 4. Cade Golday with a bucket, and Hudson Gottsman with a bucket as well. And the Challengers, they're up around that 70% from the free throw line and that 45 to 50% from the field. So a pretty good shooting night for them. Especially as many threes as they took. And all in all, very solid defense throughout.
Absolutely. Well, with that, the Challengers raised their record to 4-2 on the season. For Coach Brian Morris, that's win 690 in his coaching career. That's been all with one program since the 1988-89 season. So that'll wrap things up for tonight's contest, and invite you to check them out tomorrow if you're not here locally. Yes, the Challengers play the 5A Ashland Grizzlies for the tournament championship, and that will be tomorrow at 7:30. We thank you for watching today's broadcast. I'd like to thank Cascade Christian Athletic Director Nate Maben for hosting the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net and today's broadcast. Special thanks to head coaches Brian Morris, and also for the Trinity Lutheran squad, Kyle Gilbert. Our next Table Rock Sports production will involve the Challenger girls, and that's coming up in just a few moments. For Mark McLemore and Johnny McCoy, I'm Jim McCoy saying thank you for joining us, and have a great night.